Hello, and welcome back to another new talk on psychological issues and mental health awareness. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you warmly. I'm a counseling psychologist, and these talks are basically to help you deal with everyday issues in a very simple way so that you don't get bogged down and think that everything is over or you have any serious issues. So before you panic and think about doom, I would request you to patiently sit down and listen to what I have to say. Today's topic is suicide, nation's favorite. Today being the National Suicide Prevention Day, I thought of talking about suicide, and the topic, as you can see, is suicide, choice or decision. Now, there are so many issues we all face in our day-to-day lives, and if you're not equipped to deal with them, address them efficiently, they would be lurking somewhere and they would keep on triggering you time and again. And if you haven't gone and taken any help, or the help has not been correct or right for you, and it would have made your things worse, then probably you would be heading to the helpless or hopeless states wherein everything seems very bleak and dark, and a sense of defeat comes upon you. And that is when you start thinking that it's all over for you and there's nothing more to look forward to. And I would describe it as a very blank state. So if you ask a person who's undergoing the dark times of gloom and doom, they would not know how to exactly explain whatever they're going through. If you've reached that limit wherein you say that, I don't know to everything, which can irritate many caregivers and family friends. So at that point of time when everything is dark and over and you feel totally defeated, then suicide becomes a decision. It may not be a conscious choice because nobody wants to die. It is like they don't know how to live. Their hearts are crying out. They're actually saying, please tell me how to live. Please teach me how to live. I no longer know how to live. And we look at it as I want to die. It is never I want to die. There are so many people that come to me, children and from people of different age groups who have tried to take their lives, and I try to find out what was the idea behind those attempts. And those people tell me that I don't know. I just one day found that I didn't know what to do. I no longer could carry the burdens of my issues. So I said, can we say that you didn't know how to live? You don't know how to live. And they said, yes. I don't know how to live. I no longer am in touch with my inner self or what is happening outside. Total discord, disconnect. And I don't know how to live, and I don't know how to ask people to teach me how to live. So maybe that is why I thought that dying is a good decision. So I asked them, is it a choice or a decision? They were like, how can it be a choice? It is not like we grow up, we are born, we know we will die, but nobody decides to die every day. Like, I want to die, I want to die. It is not like that. It is a decision made in utter helplessness, hopelessness, when you were totally defeated. So after I came to know about this, I decided to talk to more people to find out it is a momentary, brave act carried out in weak moments. Suicide is a bold act carried out in weak moments. It is very difficult to actually take your own life. So please don't call them weak. They're very strong people, unfortunately undergoing deep and dark times, and they do that particular act in very weak moments. So let us today talk about why such a thing happens. It can be illness, heartbreak, lack of direction, purpose, or faulty family dynamics, feeling helpless, extreme anxiety, depressive state, and one kind of a hollow feeling that they don't know what to do with their lives anymore, and there is no one to anchor that particular ship. So they don't even receive the right kind of support. So what is the right kind of support? Many a times when you want to talk to people that are depressed, you try to talk with them and the only conversation is like, I don't know, or very vague answers, deep answers like, I want to go away into the jungle, I want to go away into nothingness. And these talks can really irritate people who are not attuned or aligned with those kind of thinking. So if you go to somebody who is not in sync with these kind of thoughts, they might actually give you motivational talks or pep talks, compare you with people who have come out of it, and that can put you out further. It can make you feel more miserable, judged, labeled, and stigmatized. So you would come back feeling double the more helpless, hopeless, and defeated. So if you feel that so and so is not giving you the right kind of support you want and you don't know how to ask, please at least ask your near and dear ones to take you to a competent therapist. Okay? In that, if you find therapists that are not able to help you, please don't think that everybody is the same. You should be able to change therapists and try to find the one with whom can resonate, because it is okay. Not everybody is alike. So what happens when family and friends give up on the depressed, because of exhaustion and because of not reaching anywhere with them? It is like the same thing every day, but nothing is happening. So it becomes very boring for them. It begins to irritate them. And sometimes they also fear of falling into the same dark pit. It is contagious. Sadness, anger, depression, all the negative emotions are very contagious as compared to the positive emotions. Okay? Why? Because they carry those dark, deep energies with more intensity compared to the positive emotions. I don't know why, but that is how it is when I've interviewed so many people. Happiness can be contagious for a very short period of time because you're looking for some reasons to back it up. But there are plenty of reasons to back up negative thoughts, because you would be going through so many things, and when you connect the dots, you would always have reasons to feel unhappy and sad. And it is very easy to get into the dark pit as compared to climbing out of it. The effort is the same, but still people prefer to fall into the pit than coming out. So we'll talk about it right now. So we're talking about confused, blank states of minds wherein they don't know how to say what is happening with them, which can leave many people. The therapist is also not able to get a breakthrough, and the family totally exhausted and fed up, and they let go of the member. They say, like, that's it, I cannot do anything, his fate, her fate, karma, whatever you call it. Okay? And then there are some heroic, people that would have done such a thing, like role models, like actors or politicians, or somebody whom they've attached their energies, which if they have taken their lives, then they would be thinking on those lines too, like what would have that person done, what did they think before doing that act. So when thoughts go on those lines, you repeat those thoughts, then it becomes very exciting, and the decision would seem all the more alluring to you to get rid of whatever you're going through, which is not a choice again, because choice is something wherein, you think about everything and then you choose. Nobody chooses to die. It is only because they don't know how to live. But things like illness, heartbreak, and two lovers trying to kill themselves together can be a decision because the choice was to live together, and that is not happening. The choice was to live in a healthy manner, but that is not happening. So you decide to die because you don't know how to live. There is no way to live, and everything seems to be over for you. So you decide to die. Now, what is the way out? Extreme anxiety causes continuous worry, and the loophole of continuous worry can tire your brain down, can tire your body. It can lead to so many illnesses. It can shut down your brain from thinking any constructive thoughts, okay? Thoughts which can uplift you. That is the point of time when you become even more helpless, dark, depressed, irritated, and your body and mind begin to shut down from people. A lot of people, friends and relatives, lovers and spouses or kids, whatever, they all start leaving you one by one, creating more of defeated feelings and more of darkness. Okay, so you find yourself alone because they don't know how to help you. You couldn't tell them how you wanted, or they didn't understand you. Some disconnect, not being in sync. So let us look at what can help you. When you understand that anything happens with you, it is never a one incident. It is not one failure which causes a child to die by suicide, or one heartbreak, or one insult, or one humiliation. When you connect the dots and think about what has happened with you earlier, we call them fusion, the intensity is like 1,000 times more. So the decision is even more, that much more heavy, and you're all set to do it. So it is fusion, connecting the dots of the present with your past. And the only way out is diffusion, where you actually untangle everything, sit down and think about each incident and accept it and move on. What is acceptance? Is like, yes, this has happened with me and it is okay. It is there. It is a part of my life and I've made peace with it. It doesn't mean that you accept it into your life and you suffer every day. It means you don't have any resistance in accepting that this particular thing has happened. So and so left me. I got fired. I failed. Whatever. Yes, it has happened and it's okay. It's okay, it's a part of life. You accept it. There is no resistance, there is less pain, and there is no anxiety. There's very little anxiety, and it won't be pricking you constantly. So when there is acceptance and there's diffusion, then you will not avoid the situation or the people or thoughts or whatever, because you are okay, you're able to accept and address it. Then any exposure to the pain is not going to cause the same things of fusion and anxiety and all, because you can be exposed to pain because you can accept it and you can actually live with it. That will lead to you to understanding your values. And when you form your values, which are what your parents have given you plus what you've acquired with your life experiences, they can lead to committed action, and you can actually form out new ways of coming out of it. So acceptance based therapies are much more wonderful in coming out of psychological issues as compared to CBT, REBT, and those kind of therapies, because here you're talking about acceptance and how to move on with the problem in your life and not without it. You cannot cut away things. The idea is to live better and not just feel better momentarily. So I hope you are able to understand what I'm saying. Let me give you a very small example. Please join your palms and bring it very close to your face and attach it to your face. Now you'll not be able to look at anything around you. It is absolutely dark. You can't talk to anybody because you can't see anybody, and the only thing you can see is the darkness, because both the palms are attached to your face. Now gently put those two palms on your lap. Look around. You can look at the window, the door, the things in the room. You can actually think now, because your mind is open, because the palms are now on your lap. So those two palms are actually the problems in your life. So when you put your problems in your life, not away, when you accept them, yes, so and so things have happened with me, okay, then there is no resistance, there is no avoidance, there is less fusion, you're able to diffuse it, and any exposure will not cause any discomfort. You will understand your values, the reason why you are alive and what you want to do with your life. With committed action, you can take those steps necessary to come out of any issues in your life. So dear friends, I would like to request you to follow acceptance based therapies so that you can come out of your psychological issues, which are nothing but your everyday issues, without looking at avoiding or trying to reconstruct or trying to put it away. It doesn't happen that way. You can't put away things. You have to accept them, make peace with them, and move ahead. The idea is to live better and not just feel better momentarily in the therapist's office. So live better and make your life meaningful. For those looking for counseling, you can connect with me via my website mindsuggest.com. I will be putting everything in the description box. Please take a look at it. Please save your life. You're worth it. Your life is your responsibility. Okay? So see you again in the next video.